Credit card debt in America is on the rise for every generation and student loan debt nightmare. Hi, it's Edward, back with another video. Please take a moment to click the thumbs up button below and consider subscribing to the channel. Please also share this video with your friends. Thank you for your support. Today, I read several financial news articles. I've included links to the articles in the description below. I encourage you to read the articles to support the authors and news sources. As a private American citizen, I'd like to report and share my transformative thoughts through commentary regarding small sections of these articles that are of public interest. Today, I read an article on CNBC.com written by Cheyenne Devon titled, "Here's How Much Credit Card Debt Americans Have by Age and Which Generation Owes the Most." According to the author, the average credit card balance for Gen Xers, defined as those between the ages of 43 and 58, rose to $9,123 in the third quarter of 2023, according to Experian's latest available data. That marks the highest average credit card balance of any generational cohort. Well, my friends, my heart goes out to people in Generation X who are struggling with credit card debt. I hope they are able to deal with their financial situation. From what I have been reading recently, some people in Generation X have their kids on their payroll, and they also have adult parents moving in with them because they didn't save enough for retirement and can no longer live on their own. Some people in Generation X are in a tough spot. If I were struggling with credit card debt, which I'm not, I would find ways to live beneath my means, and I would look for ways to increase my income, even if that meant taking on a second job. I wouldn't be dining out anymore or doing anything fun in my free time unless it was free. I would be buying inexpensive but healthy food at the grocery store in bulk and cooking it at home to save money. I would also look through my closet, garage, basement, attic, and storage shed for items to sell. Everyone has personal property sitting around that they don't use anymore that they may be able to sell to come up with some cash to throw towards credit card debt. If I were in credit card debt, I would also consider getting a home equity line of credit at a much lower interest rate than what is being charged by credit card companies. I'd use the line of credit to pay off the credit card debt. The interest rate on the line of credit would be a lot less than what credit card companies are charging. Then I'd apply the strategies that I just mentioned a moment ago to pay off the line of credit. If I wasn't a homeowner but I had a vehicle that was paid off, I'd go to my local financial institution of choice and get a loan on it so I could pull out my equity in the vehicle and use it to pay off my credit card debt. The interest rate on the car loan would be far less than the credit card debt interest rate. Getting back to the article, the author revealed the average credit card debt in the United States for each generation. Before I share the amounts with you, I want to focus on the first thing I noticed when looking at the data. The average credit card debt in the United States is higher from Q3 2023 when compared to Q3 2022 for every single generation, including the silent generation, which includes people ages 78 years and older. I was really surprised by this. People in this generation who invested in real estate or stocks early in their life are often very wealthy by this stage in life. Anyway, I'll reveal the average credit card debt in the United States by generation now. Generation Z, consisting of people between the ages of 18 to 26, had an average of $3,263 in credit card debt. This may not seem like much, but keep in mind that credit card companies often charge in the mid to high 20s for the interest rate, and some retail cards can charge in the low 30% range. Millennials between the ages of 27 to 42 had an average of $6,521 in credit card debt. Generation X between the ages of 43 to 58 had an average of $9,123 in credit card debt. Baby boomers between the ages of 59 to 77 had an average of $6,642 in credit card debt. The silent generation, consisting of people who are 78 years or older, had an average of $3,412 in credit card debt. Keep in mind that I am reporting the averages. This means there are some people out there who have a lot more credit card debt than what I am reporting, and they are throwing off these averages. I wish the median data would have been reported, but unfortunately it was not. Had the median data been reported, it would have been a lot more interesting. In my opinion, the fact that credit card debt is up for every generation is not good news. Sure, some of you might say we live in a world where everything is getting more expensive due to inflation, so credit card debt is simply going to rise with inflation, and this is no big deal. I think this is a big deal because of the high level of interest that credit card companies are charging right now. This credit card debt can really spiral out of control quickly for some people. I understand it is easy to swipe the credit card to pay for groceries or gas or emergencies in life. That money adds up quickly though. Before you know it, poof, you have more on your credit card than you can possibly pay off at the end of the billing cycle with what you are bringing in from your job. Getting back to the article, the author referenced Experian, who reported that a couple of factors may be contributing to the rise in credit card balances among all generations. The higher costs of electricity, auto insurance, and heating, combined with rising credit card interest rates, mean people have less money to chip away at their debt. Here are my thoughts. There are some things that were not listed here. Groceries are getting incredibly expensive. Maintenance for the car costs more. Rent costs more. Daycare for children costs more. Medical care costs more. In my opinion, these are also reasons that Americans are struggling financially. A lot of people have not seen their wages rise as fast as inflation. For many people, the credit card is the easy solution for the time being. Unfortunately, it is not a long-term solution. It can quickly become a big problem. But hey, what do I know? I'm just some guy on YouTube and I don't have any credit card debt. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. It's not just credit card debt that people are struggling with. Keep in mind that student loan payments resumed last fall for the first time in over 3 years. Many people grew comfortable while their student loan payments were on pause. Now people are having to figure out how to make a monthly payment that they haven't had to make in a long time. For some, this amount owed can be extreme. I read an article today on Daily Mail written by Rachel Bowman titled, "Retired Grandma, 71, still owes $108,000 in student debt nearly 40 years after she completed her psychology degree. Amount is 3 times the original loan she took out." According to the author, a woman named Nancy Peter took out $30,000 in student loans in 1986 when she was 33 years old to finish her psychology degree. Then she took out another loan to go to graduate school. She has worked as a therapist for nearly 40 years. She is now 71 years old and retired and owes $108,000. The amount she owes has grown due to interest. Well, my friends, my heart goes out to this woman who owes this much money. $108,000 is no joke. In some parts of America, you can still buy a small house for that much money. You could also buy a decent used Lamborghini for less than $108,000. I looked on eBay earlier today. There are 3 for sale for less than $108,000. There is a red 2006, an orange 2008, and a green 2010. All of them are buy it now, and 2 of them were roadsters. I'd much rather have a used Lamborghini than $108,000 in student loan debt. I'm sure the woman referenced in this story would too. I am sure this student loan debt has been stressing her out for decades. I can't imagine having this level of debt hanging over my head day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, decade after decade. This is really a cautionary tale of what you don't want to happen. Not just with student loans, but with any kind of debt. You don't want to see debt grow to an unmanageable level. Understand, I'm not bashing this woman at all. Life is not easy. I'm sure she encountered a lot of different hiccups in life since 1986, which made it difficult to tackle this debt. Like Coolio once said in his Fantastic Voyage song, "Life is an expletive and then you die still trying to get a piece of that apple pie." Well, life is probably not a fantastic voyage when you have a large amount of student loan debt hanging over your head. Getting back to the article, the author said over 43 million Americans owe a collective $1.3 trillion in student loan debt, with the average borrower owing $37,000 according to the U.S. Department of Education. Here are my thoughts. $37,000 is a lot better than $108,000, but $37,000 could snowball out of control for some people. If I were in a situation where I had student loan debt, I would be doing everything I could to get it paid off. I would apply some of the same strategies that I talked about earlier for getting rid of credit card debt. Here in America, some people with student loans don't have to worry about making a student loan payment because of their family size and income level because of Biden's SAVE plan. What worries me is that your family size and income level could change in the future and the amount you owe does not go away. You could still owe a payment at some point in your life. Now this is just me, but if I had student loan debt, I'd be trying to get rid of it as quickly as possible. Unless, of course, I qualified for something like the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program that would discharge debt after 10 years of repayment, or if I qualified for an income-driven repayment plan where loans can be canceled after 20 to 25 years. Here in America, a lot of people have student loan debt. Earlier, I referenced the author as saying 43 million people owe a collective $1.3 trillion. It is really scary to think about that number of people and that collective sum of money owed. I have to wonder how many people benefited from the coursework that they pursued at a college or a university. Some people never graduated and never realized their full earning potential. Some people who do graduate never even use their degree. Some get married and never work. Some find a job doing something completely different. In these instances, the student loan debt still remains. I have no doubt there are individuals who are frustrated that they borrowed the money for something that was never used and never paid off. On the flip side of the coin, I am sure some individuals used their degree to get a great job and they may have greatly benefited financially. What do you think about all this? Do you have friends, family members, coworkers, or neighbors who have a mountain of student loan debt? If so, how do they feel about it? Tell me about it in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. Check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.